G'day guys, just thought I'd start a vlog with everything that's coming up over the next few months. I thought it'd be really cool to see the lead up and the behind the scenes and sort of the stuff that I'm working on a day-to-day basis at the moment. I've started writing and producing my first public stage show, which has been a crazy experience. The last few months of work have been really dead, like super dead. I'm so broke at the moment, and I've sort of taken, I guess you could say, the gamble of putting together my own public stage show that I can market, produce, and get out there and start sort of working for myself in that way, rather than waiting for corporate gigs and that to come in. And it's developed absolutely insanely over the last few months. I met these guys called the Chevron Girls, and they're like a sideshow performing troupe. They're epic. So they swallow swords, eat fire, eat glass, hammer nails up their nose. And the whole concept of the show when I wrote it was sort of like a mind reading, mind control, mentalism style underworld themed show. So when I met the Chevron Showgirls, they just sort of slotted in perfect. They were exactly what I was looking for when it came to it. So it's been really cool in the developing stages and starting to rehearse. A lot of the effects and things that you see in the show, I've actually come up with routines that I've come up with myself as well. And a lot of sort of skills and talents that I didn't have before that I've had to learn for this show as well. There's a speed painting segment in the show. So I literally spent, I can't even say the amount of days and hours that I've put in learning to speed paint. But there was one day when I did 144 paintings. So 144 paintings in one day, just to try and get the strokes right and try and get under the time. On top of that, there's a lot of other things as well that I've had to learn to put into it. So I'm pretty excited to get the show together. I didn't realize just how much work goes into putting together and producing a show, like everything down to the marketing, the branding, looking for a theater, especially when you've got next to no budget. I'm literally putting all the money that I have at the moment into this show. So hopefully I sell tickets and hopefully I can make a little bit of money off it as well. But I'm just really looking forward to sharing a bunch of new stuff that I've been working on with everyone, and actually, meeting everyone after the show as well, as this is my first public show. There's been a lot of people asking for ages, when are you going to do a public show? And now's it. And I think what we got is completely unique, and it's pretty crazy too. There's a lot of stuff in it that's just absolutely wacky and weird, which I think really goes with my style well. So there's been a lot of work on that, working on like the marketing material, and a few sort of publicity stunts and that for that at the moment as well. We're about a month out, and I'm not going to lie, I am literally shitting myself. There is so much work to get done, and I feel like it's kind of just me that has to do everything, in the spade of, like figuring out what sort of marketing material there. It is a one-man show. The Chevron Showgirls will be at the start of the show, and they'll be after the intermission as well. But majority, like a good solid hour of the material is just me on stage. So I'm a perfectionist, so I'm trying to get that absolutely right in between, as well as doing the edits, doing photo shoots, putting the music together, composing things. I'm making a lot of the things that you'll see in the show as well. So there's a lot of stuff, and I'm sort of a little bit nervous that I might not, sell tickets, and not a lot of people will come to the show. It is my first show, so I just don't know, and I really do want to put on a good show for everyone as well. So so that's one of the things that's going on in the next month. Just a little update as well. The guys and I that have been working on Odyssey, which is our pilot for the Travel and Magic show, we've had so many, I can't even tell you how many setbacks we've had, right down from weather, heaps of rejection. We've had, things just not working out. Last night we went into Surfers Paradise here on the Gold Coast, and we just had to get content. We just had to get that content ready. We had a few days that we'd shot prior, and we really got everything that sort of tied everything together. We got night shots, we got all our drone footage. We ended up on top of the Q1, which is, I think, the tallest residential building in the Southern Hemisphere still. So I was standing on top of that while we were doing drone shots, which was really, really cool. And we just needed more magic content. So last night we went to Surface, and we just had an amazing bunch of people interacting and performing magic from families to there was some guys up from Melbourne for a birthday. We had older people, younger people. We had super drunk people, which always react amazingly to magic as well. So we had a really, really good night of shooting. So we just got to edit that all together. We're going to have a little hype trailer, which we will chuck here on YouTube for you guys to see. But the work that the crew's done is insane. Jag, who's producing it, is just an absolute warrior. The amount of work and effort this guy puts in is just phenomenal. And really excited to share it with you guys, and really hoping we can get it signed. I've been shooting pilots and pitching this show for 11 years now, and getting rejected for 11 years as well. So it'd be really, really cool if we can finally get it signed. And I think that I have the right combination now. I've got, an amazing group of friends around me, phenomenal camera people. There's just a lot of really creative people that are coming together to really make this happen. When it comes to like the stunts and everything like that, we've got the best stunt team you could possibly get on board as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Another exciting thing that'll be wrapping up this month as well is to bring it back to the stunt guys, AP8. I've been shooting a short film with them called Reprisal, which has been awesome. It's this military style film, and we've got to do heaps of fight scenes, and did a burn scene the other night, which was really, really cool. And it's really pushed my acting boundaries like massively, because I've had to play this really tough sort of military guy, but also there's these scenes where you've got that drama and love with my girlfriend in the short film. There's interaction with her, and then there's these times of just absolute heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching torment that I've got to show as well. So it's been amazing to work on. Those guys have been phenomenal as well, and it's really tested my boundaries as an actor, and I'm really excited to see the end result for that and add that to my show reel, because I think that'll really help getting some work as well in the near future. So yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up next month. There's a few other projects sort of in the midst as well, but they're the main ones, and I thought that I'd just sort of keep a vlog just to show you behind the scenes. And I think it's really, really cool to see the journey and not just end product. And especially with this stage show, I'm taking a really big gamble of, like I said, literally putting all the money I have left into it. I'm kind of broke at the moment. The bills are sort of catching up. I'm just going all in for this. I'm working my butt off for it. So, I'm really hoping that it works out, but I'm really excited at the same time to share all the new material with you guys. What else? Oh yeah, I've also been training mixed martial arts as well, which is great. So we're doing a lot less weight training and a lot more sort of functional stuff and heaps of stuff in the mixed martial arts space. So my friend Benny Alloway owns a gym just in Burleigh, and I've been training there probably consistently for the last few weeks, about 5 days a week, and I'm just really, really enjoying it, from sparring and everything like that. So I'm going to start putting videos on my journey in that as well. I'd love to compete one day. I'd love to have an MMA fight. I think as a kid, I always wanted to sort of get into that space as well. So I'll be posting my training and my progression with that. You'll see me getting beat up a lot, which is always fun. And not to mention as well, wrestling. I'm really enjoying getting in the wrestling world. I had my first ever interstate wrestling match about a month and a half ago. That was down in Newcastle with Suplex Pro Wrestling. And the guys down there were absolutely amazing. They welcomed me with open arms. And I've really been learning a lot from everyone. I'm very new to the scene. I've only probably been in the scene for about 7 months now. And just the community of the wrestling industry is just absolutely phenomenal. I've just been helped out so much, and everyone's there to sort of help each other. And I'm just really enjoying it. It sort of combines two things that I love in performing, and also I guess sort of like stunt fight sequence sort of stuff in a live show. So I get to act, and I get to do like fight scene stuff, and dress up, and yeah, I'm really, really enjoying wrestling as well. So I'm going to be posting a little bit of my wrestling journey. I've got a bunch of old footage as well that I'll start to put up as well. One from my first hardcore match, which was a hardcore rumble a few weeks ago that my girlfriend came along to. That was the first time she'd ever seen me wrestle, and she loved it. I was just getting hit in the head with bins and chairs and shovels. And it was a bit of a baptism by fire to, babe, this is wrestling, and, this is it. She just loves seeing me getting beaten up. So, so there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and I'm really looking forward to sharing the behind the scenes and the progression with you guys. And feel free to contact me as well. I'm going to give a little buzz down there if you got any questions about magic or music or film stuff or wrestling. Super, super happy to talk to anyone who's sort of moving into that space or people that are trying to make their way in similar, projects and stuff as well. I think it's really cool for creatives to really get behind each other and support each other when you're trying to do things that are a little bit outside the norm, which is what we do. I mean, I remember growing up and, as a kid, I wanted to be a rock star magician movie star. A rock star magician movie star. I couldn't pick one. I wanted to be a rock star magician movie star. And, the amount of people over the years that were saying, you got to get a real job and, you got to be realistic. And, I'm so glad that I didn't listen to those people. I did try the normal job thing for a bit, and I feel sorry for every employer that ever had me. I tried my best, but my mind was just elsewhere. I think when you've got a passion in a certain area, no matter what you do outside of that, it isn't really going to work out because your heart and soul isn't in it. You got to, chase the things that your heart and soul's in. And for me, that was magic and writing music, and I loved acting as well. I loved film. So, it's not an easy road. It's very hard, and like everyone who I guess works in industries that aren't the norm knows, it's very up and down. You can be really busy and doing really well for a while, and then you have your low points where you're really struggling for money. You're doing everything you can and looking for every bit of work you can to work on the projects and develop things and until the next wave hits, or trying to generate more work in that way. And it can be really tough, and I think it can be really mentally taxing as well. I think it's something that's probably not spoken about a lot is mental health in the creative space, from artists in music industry, entertainment industry, but it's huge, it's massive. And I think especially when you're performing on stage or TV and you're putting yourself out there, you're giving an audience your complete energy. And I know what I'm like after I do a stage performance or after I do a lengthy performance. I just, I need to retreat. I need to reload after that. I'll be, the most out there theatrical person in the world. I give everything I can when I'm on stage or if I'm singing, if I'm performing magic for people. But, as soon as I'm done that performance, I just, I want to sit down and, sit with my guitar or pick up a magic book or a deck of cards and just sort of just be with myself and recharge. I need that recharge. So it's, it is. It's a very interesting industry. And for everyone who's in the industry, I think, like I said, it's really good for other artists and other creatives to support each other and really talk about the ups and downs of the industry and the ups and downs that everyone goes through. Everyone. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are, when it comes to the entertainment industry, it is up and down, and it's hard work, and you've got to be passionate and you've got to love it. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out for you. It's going to be too hard. So thank you so much for watching this introductory vlog. I look forward to sharing many, many more things with you guys, including rehearsals and stuff over the next few weeks. I know I was talking about recording my EP with a bunch of music that I've written last year for other people. But I'm going to start recording some songs that I actually wrote for myself as well over the next few weeks to a month, as well as collaborating with a lot of artists that I'm really, really good friends with, from electronic artists to pop artists. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of really fun stuff, a lot of creative stuff in between, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you all.